lot of people are worried about change, and they're worried that the game's going to be completely different, go in a different direction. But from what I've seen today, you guys are really listening to the community, what people are saying. I know there was a lot of talk about the movement speed and the melee when the alpha video was actually dropped, but all that stuff's already been tuned and balanced. I mean, you guys are pretty much listening to everything that we're out there saying, and to me personally, it means a lot being a member of the community to know that our voice actually matters.
The steps are being taken to make sure that our best interests are looked at. All of the concerns that we have are being addressed, basically. They're actually listening, and that's an awesome thing.
After playing the alpha, I don't think it's really debatable that it doesn't have the tactical third-person shooter experience ingrained in its DNA. Just by playing it and just feeling the mechanics, feeling the way the guns fire, definitely, it's like all the things that we were arguing about on the forum as a moderator. All the things that people were arguing on the forums and all the things that people were afraid of, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that too. And then after playing, and then after talking with the developers, it's like, okay, faith restored, I'm all set, this game's going to be awesome.
I would say to quit doubting and to trust in what the development team is doing, because it's right up our alley, it's what we want. We've been screaming for it and they're delivering, 100%.
I feel like David Sears, the SOF Studios, is sticking true to that spiritual successor mentality. They're sticking true to it. It feels like a spiritual successor. I'm reminded a lot of SOCOM when I'm leaning and things like that. It reminds me of, I hate to use the word, it reminds me of memories that I used to have in wars. It reminds me of why you love SOCOM is because the character feels like an extension of yourself.
Very good feel to it. You know, makes you remember what it was like to play SOCOM 2 and SOCOM 1. Character movement, very fast, very fluid, and good moment-to-moment action.
From the playtest, I actually felt that spirit of SOCOM. It's there, 100%. There's no question of that. The speed, the way the movement's going, yeah, it's got the same feel. It's what I was looking for.
It's beautiful. Honestly, the map, when I first saw it, it kind of brought a tear in my eye. It's just gorgeous, and when they told me that it was not even finished and there's a bunch of things that still need to be worked on, it's like, come on, just let us play on it.
If you want something where you're actually going to work as a team and it's not about your kill to death ratio, it's about you know, winning the match and having an objective to complete. If that's more your style of gameplay, then you don't have to look any further, because you're not going to get it in the current ones. And H-Hour is definitely going to be that. I mean, you can already tell that just from the build that we've been testing here tonight and the stuff that we've been seeing online.
Man, it felt like home. You know, I like to put it that way. It's pretty simple, but it's very reminiscent of the early SOCOMs. As soon as you pick up a stick, it puts you back 8-10 years. You know, you feel right at home.
It's spot on. I mean, you know, there's nothing out there that's going to be anything like that game.
I can honestly say I came in expecting, you know, not a lot of things to be put on my plate, but when I finally got a chance to, you know, really get into detail on it, I can honestly say I was amazed. For a pre-alpha, they had so much work done. I really felt like I was starting to, you know, catch that SOCOM 2 feel to it. And I was honestly just blasted away.
That was a great experience. It felt like SOCOM. It looked like SOCOM. If they want SOCOM, that's what they're getting.
He definitely caught everything that was from those original games. The feel, the weapons, the character movement, everything. And you know, just from playing it, I mean, getting into it with the sounds and playing with the different weapons and everything, it definitely felt like I was 21 again in my first apartment, and spending 8, 9, 10 hours a day 2 a.m. in the morning, my roommate yelling at me to turn down the volume so that he could go to work the next day. I mean, it brought back everything.
Spot on. Everything was spot on. The movement, the speed, you know, like I said before, hit detection, all the bugs have to get worked out. But other than that, don't worry about a thing.
I gotta say with 100% confidence it was all there. Within the first few minutes of playing, the core gameplay is definitely there.
But the way I felt when I played it was identical to how I felt when I played the earlier games, you know, S2, S3. I was happy with it. I mean, just a little bit of buggy stuff from the build and all that was kind of something I just looked over. I think we all expected that. But the feeling, what stood out to me was the feeling was there. I felt as though I was playing a game a lot like SOCOM.
I would say capturing the spirit doesn't quite capture the feeling. Like, it really, honestly feels like it's spiritual. I mean, it feels like it's the original, but it's better. The second I saw the map, I felt like I was almost in SOCOM 2. And I say that because of the resemblance of the map layout. It was very much like an earlier map that we have seen, and it played really well. And one thing that I keep seeing and hearing a lot about, even my clan members and stuff, after seeing the pre-alpha video, they're complaining about melee. You guys need to give it a chance. It doesn't change the gameplay dynamic very much at all. And when you do find yourself needing to use it, it works efficiently. You're not Superman lunging across the screen. You have to be very up close and personal, which to me is a realistic factor.
If I was to give a report, I would start by saying, for those who have a problem with the melee, do not worry about it. As the guy who's against melee completely, if there was ever a way to implement it, this one is the way to implement it. It's definitely, I'm not at all worried about it.
5 minutes into it, smiles. You just felt SOCOM. It had the SOCOM feel. You didn't, yeah, there's bugs, it's pre-alpha. You catch walls, whatever, you tell them and that's it. But the gunfights, it's the strafing, the movement, it's SOCOM.
Any worries you had, any doubts you had, throw them all out the window. It's there. Once they get the tuning and fun and everything, it's there. It's all mapped out. Speed, movement, the weapon mechanics, it's all there.
The team knows what we want. They know how to make the game that we want. And I was right. But the truth is, you just gotta play. You gotta get in there and feel what it's like to play HR, because there's no game out there right now that has that same feeling.
I was really impressed. I even told Mr. Sears that I'd be more than happy to play that alpha build more than I would any of the current CODs or Battlefields. It felt like that old formula that made the original SOCOM so successful, and what even really got me hooked on shooter games.
There's been talk with the guys. We would take this game home right now and play it over Battlefield 4 more than likely.
HR is going to bring that feeling back. That feeling, that SOCOM, the SOCRAC, it's going to give you that sensation and make you want to play and not go to work.